All right, YouTube. Today we got Adam 22, man. For all my streamers watching, you already know what's going on. But yeah, we got Adam 22. He speaks on his No Jumper platform, and he said, yeah, we're going broke. So, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the content. Let's go.
There's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis. How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting six figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up and coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree, fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a decreased interest in seeing us interview stars. In addition to that, you might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well. All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months, where we experienced two major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. We've had no luck getting it back despite being in contact with what seems like every Instagram recovery guy on the face of the planet. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account, and that mostly vanished overnight. And while we've been growing the new No Jumper LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram and the No Jumper LA account, DM or email if interested, we aren't making anywhere near as much from Instagram now. Side note, if you're a Meta rep, please DM me. I would love to speak to anyone who could help with this. And second, in addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it's still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion. It's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result. This person has literally lost every single friend that he used to have when he worked at No Jumper. His streaming career has completely tanked, and he even got kicked off the podcast that he left No Jumper to start. But somehow that's our reality, and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit. So, as a result of all these circumstances, we are making some changes. Over the last few months, we laid off multiple employees.
I think this nigga trolling. Do I think it's some truth to this? Yeah, maybe. They're making a lot less. Of course, shit, everything is slowing down, bro. But this nigga not going broke. This nigga do so much different shit, bro. He's not going broke. Him personally, he's not going broke. But I can see the decline in No Jumpers numbers and what they used to do and shit during COVID. Like, bro, COVID, every interview they dropped did millions. So I do see that. I do see the decline. It's definitely a decline, but them niggas not going broke though.
In an attempt to reduce our expenses as much as possible. We closed down our store on Melrose, and we're in the early stages of selling our current warehouse and moving into a smaller space. To be honest, aside from the layoffs, which sucked, I'm pretty happy about a lot of these changes. I've realized that I should have paid more attention to DJ Vlad and kept my overhead as low as possible, particularly in terms of staff and location. I'm confident that once we get the building sold, we'll be in a pretty solid financial position again as a business. Oh, and I also just want to note that I am talking about No Jumper as a business. I've got another business in the form of Plug Talk, and I've got a pretty decent investment portfolio on a personal level. I mean, shit, I'm not $2 million in debt, and I never had to file for bankruptcy like T-Rell. But I honestly spent pretty much all of my time trying to create as much content as possible with No Jumper, and I can't really justify doing so unless the fundamentals of the business make sense. It was a big decision to share this stuff with you guys, but at a certain point, I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years, and it felt wrong to keep all this stuff that we've been dealing with in secret. So I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help? Well, I do have some ideas, which I'll sort into three categories here: free, cheap, and generous.
Here we go.
Free. Obviously, I'm infinitely thankful to anyone who watches our content at all, follows us on the at No Jumper LA Instagram, and in particular, those of you who drop likes and comments on our videos and Instagram posts. In the long run, that stuff is super helpful. Cheap. We are really trying to get serious about embracing our members here on YouTube. For $5 a month, we've got a ton of awesome benefits, including being able to watch all of our interviews free of censorship and bleeped words before they're released to the public. Members only chat for all of our live stream content, and we're just going to be prioritizing a lot of our most requested content and trying to do that live for members only. So, for any of you who are down to spend $5 a month to help support the business, we're just going to try to keep adding more and more stuff to make that an easy decision for you guys who are down to support. And for those of you who have more money to spend, we're introducing a mega premium $100 tier to our memberships that will get your name added to the end of all our videos. And it will also get you consistent advice and opinions on your music submissions with one free submission per month and discounted additional songs. Basically, we're just trying to do as much as possible for anybody who's down to join this tier. So we're going to hype you up on our live streams and try to really give you actual professional advice about what we think that you should do with your career and everything like that. And, we're going to try to add even more value for that $100 tier as time goes by. Also, if you own or work for a brand and would like to sponsor the podcast, please reach out to Josh at nojumper.com. We're also selling collab promotional posts using the No Jumper LA and Adam22 Instagram accounts. So again, if you want to hit up Josh at nojumper.com, he can give you all the information about all that. So yeah, there's my update. I've been kind of thinking about telling you guys about all this stuff for a while. I'm not begging for sympathy or anything like that. I'm just being realistic about owning a media business in this day and age. Everybody knows rap is maybe not in the best place that it could possibly be. Podcasts, definitely not at the place that they were in 2021 or 2022. The economy in general, really kind of experiencing some troubles. And really, as we've put this building on the market, we've kind of realized that as well, is that there's a ton of other businesses that do similar stuff to what we do, and they're all kind of experiencing hardships. So we're definitely not alone in all this. We're just trying to get the business back to where it was at a couple years ago and get it to the point where it's consistently profitable so that we can start just continuing to dump money into hosts and making great content for you guys, everything like that. So if you want to help us out, that would be amazing. Just go to youtube.com/nojumper. The membership option is right there on the homepage, or we'll have a link down in the description. And appreciate you guys. Smack a like. We're out.
All right, so honestly, I really feel like it's some truth in this. Um, First of all, Adam, he was dumb by buying a fucking whole building. Why would you buy a whole building when you could just lease the building and rent out a little space? You get what I'm saying? It'd probably been a lot less just to lease out a whole building. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I think that was dumb. Y'all know the first thing a nigga do when he go broke, he starts selling shit. So I definitely think their podcast is declining a lot, but I do think that this is just a promotion run just to try to revive it. I think No Jumper's gonna lead back towards music and away from all this crip and gang and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because too many niggas getting locked up. But yeah, man, Adam, he not broke. No Jumper is declining. And I feel like he's in the process of trying to revive the brand. He lost the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's what happened when people police out. Adam is the police, so stuff like that is gonna happen to him. But I don't know, bro. I fuck with Adam and his content. I just feel like sometimes Adam 22 really be like trying to put his own homeboys in jail. Like, if put it like this, if you my homeboy, I'm not gonna ask you no question that's gonna incriminate you. Get what I'm saying? Even if I know if it's trolling, even if I know if it's true, or it's lies. I'm not gonna ask you nothing like that. And I can't put all the blame on Adam 22 because guess what? These dumbass niggas come on his podcast and say stupid shit. You feel me? So I ain't gonna put it all on Adam, but I do feel like if I consider somebody as my friend, actual friend, I wouldn't even want to ask you no crazy shit on stream. I don't give a fuck what happened, what I heard. I won't ask you no shit like that. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on that shit. Fuck 'em. But it was a quick session tonight, man. Jay, if you still here, bro, I appreciate you tapping in with me. W stream, W stream, W stream, W stream, W stream, W stream.